Hey everybody, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Do me a favor before we get started. I need you to hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, I need you to do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you will not miss an episode. So, how is everybody? Today we're going to talk about business credit and how to get business credit. But before I do that, if you are interested in improving your finances, check out the link below and join the free newsletter. All right, so how to obtain business credit. First of all, we're going to talk about why business credit is important, right? Because we have two different thought processes here. We have this get out of debt thought process, and then we have the thought process of using debt to build wealth. So these are two polar opposites, right? So usually when people think of business credit, some people may think, I don't want business credit. That's debt, right? So you're here, debt free, which is a completely different mindset from using debt to build wealth. So, why is business credit important? Well, business credit can be used to buy real estate, income generating properties. All right. So, you would never have to worry about money again for your business. So, imagine never worrying about money. So, business credit is a tool, and you're using leverage to buy income generating properties. So, with business credit, you can unlock hundreds of thousands of dollars for your business, right? To buy income producing properties. So, as you know, real estate is the number one way to wealth. So, we've been doing it the hard way. What's the hard way? The hard way is go to school and get an education, right? I'm not knocking education because education is very good, right? Something that no one can ever take away from you. However, have you ever had this question in your mind? Let me ask you this first of all. Have you ever had this question in your mind? How do I have enough money? How do I have enough money? So I had this question ever since I was 8 years old because what I saw was people not having enough money. So my question was, how do you have enough money? So the answer that I got was go to school. So I'm not knocking that answer, but do you think that's the correct answer? Considering what I told you is that real estate is the number one way to wealth. All right. With real estate, you can change your whole generational tree. Only problem with that is, first of all, you have to have a generation, right? So, what is that? That is, if you're a man, you get up and go look for a wife. You value family. You value the importance of family. And family is important to you. It's so important that you actually get up and you're actually going and taking action to find this wife, right? You create children and then you have a tree, right? So after you get the tree, then you can change your whole generational wealth, right? So generational wealth is very important. But there's a greater problem. That greater problem is you need a tree, all right? Changing the generational wealth, all right? You can actually buy your kids property. You can buy your kids property so that they are not starting out at square one. They're not starting out at square one. And that's because of you. All right. So school is not the answer to wealth. Can you believe that? As hard as you worked, as perseverant as you were, as diligent as you were, as disciplined as you were, school is not the answer to wealth. Can you believe that? All right. So let's get into this business credit. Business credit. Business credit is different from personal credit, as you know, two different things. So personal credit, they penalize you for using too much of it. They say, oh, you maxed it out. Let me drop that score. Oh, you're above 30%. Let me drop that score. Well, business credit is not like that. They don't penalize you for using it. And they will lend more money to you for your business than they would ever lend to you as a person. So they're lending you more money because you have this business. So imagine having access to hundreds of thousands of dollars. And how would that change your life? How many properties could you buy? Would you care if you got fired or laid off? You see what I'm saying? It's a tool, right? So business credit, how do you get business credit? Well, you have to form an LLC, get a business license, EIN number. EIN number is free. Just go to irs.gov. You need an address, business phone, business email. Then you go over to Dun & Bradstreet, dnb.com, and get a Dun & Bradstreet number. Now, there's a series of steps that you would take as far as trade lines. You do this in series. And if you're interested in the details of this series, comment below business credit. All right. So when it comes to business credit, a good score is considered 80 or above, and that is called a Paydex score. But keep this in mind. There's two different mindsets. Debt-free mindset, using leverage to build wealth, right? You don't really know who to listen to out here. You don't really know who to trust, right? But one thing you do know is just because you're debt-free doesn't mean that you are wealthy, right? Because just imagine a homeless person laying on the bench of a bus stop. Can you see him? He's debt-free. All right. So there's additional step that needs to be taken to build wealth. Being debt-free is not enough. In fact, people are using debt to build wealth. All right. So do me a favor, if you like the channel, I need for you to hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, I need for you to do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you will not miss episode. Tune in. I will be interviewing people. I interview entrepreneurs. I interview real estate investors. I interview people that have different businesses. So tune in for business ideas. Again, if you are interested in the details and the intricacy of getting business credit, type in the comments business credit. All right. Thank you for watching, everyone. Don't forget, on your way out, hit this like button, and I will see you on the next video.